She went abroad to save her family from poverty, but now she is counting down her final days in a prison cell, awaiting execution. Well, this is the real story of Nimisha Priya, the Kerala nurse facing the gallows in Yemen. Today's story is complicated and deeply disturbing. It's the story of Nimisha Priya, a nurse from Kerala who is now on death row in Yemen, just days away from being executed. Hi, I'm Khatija and you're watching the Free Press Journal. So what began as a journey for a better life ended in a murder trial, an international legal battle and a desperate plea to save a woman's life through Yemen's Islamic justice system. Well, in this video, we'll break down why Nimisha Priya moved to Yemen, what happened in 2017 that led to her arrest, how her family and supporters raised over $1 million to save her, and what her final hope looks like with only a few days left before her scheduled execution. So let's get into it. Firstly, who is Nimisha Priya? Nimisha Priya was born and raised in Kerala, a typical middle-class girl from a family that struggled financially. Well, in 2008, she made the difficult decision to move to Yemen, a country most people wouldn't dare to go, especially during growing civil tensions, just to earn enough to support her aging parents back home. She worked hard over the years. She served as a nurse in various hospitals, gained respect in her field, and built a small life for herself in a completely foreign land. Eventually, she took a bold step and opened her own medical clinic in 2015. It was a dream come true, but one that required a local Yemeni partner due to strict laws that prevent foreigners from owning business outright. Now talking about the partnership that turned into a nightmare. To fulfill the legal requirement, she partnered with a Yemeni national named Talal Abdo Mehdi. At first, it seemed like a necessary business arrangement, but within a year, the situation took a dark turn. According to Nimisha's family, Mehdi became abusive, manipulative and controlling. He allegedly withheld her passport, demanded money and even threatened her life. She filed a complaint against him and Mehdi was briefly arrested. But after being released, the threats reportedly continued. Nimisha was trapped, a foreign woman in a conservative, patriarchal society with no passport and no way out. So what really happened in 2017 that turned into a tragic night? Well, in 2017, something snapped. According to Nimisha's family and legal team, she tried to sedate Mehdi, not to kill him. But just to get her passport back and escape Yemen, she allegedly injected him with a sedative while he was asleep, hoping to buy herself enough time to retrieve her documents. But the dose was too strong and Mehdi died. In panic and fear, Nimisha attempted to dismember the body and dispose of it in a water tank. The details are horrifying and it's a moment that changed everything. She was arrested soon after while trying to flee Yemen. Now, the trial, conviction and death sentence. In 2018, Nimisha Priya was convicted of murder in a Yemeni court. In 2020, she was sentenced to death. The trial wasn't easy. She was a woman, a foreigner accused of killing a Yemeni man. In the eyes of Yemeni society and law, this was a grave offense. Her family and a team of lawyers appealed to Yemen's Supreme Judicial Council, but in November 2023, the court upheld the death sentence. Later, the president of Yemen, Rashad al-Alimi, gave his final approval, and then in early 2025, Mehdi al-Mahsad, the Houthis' Supreme Political Council leader, signed off on the execution. Then talking about Diya, a small legal window of hope, here's where the Islamic concept of Diya comes in. Under Sharia law, if the victim's family agrees to forgive the accused and accept blood money, then the death sentence can be cancelled. But this pardon has to come directly from the victim's family. No government or court can force it. So this is the last remaining hope for Nimisha Priya. Now the family's desperate efforts to save her. Nimisha's mother, Prema Kumari, is a domestic worker from Kochi. In April 2024, she sold her house, left India for the first time in her life and travelled to war-torn Yemen, just to fall out at the feet of Mehdi's family and beg for her daughter's life. Alongside her, the Save Nimisha Priya International Action Council, a group of activists and supporters, began crowdfunding, raising $1 million as Diya. They didn't stop there. They also offered, first, free lifetime medical treatment for Mehdi's family in Kerala. Second, to and fro airfare for the family. Third, financial help if Mehdi's brother wants to settle in UAE or Saudi Arabia. Even after all this, the family hasn't responded. But why has the deal not gone through? You would think $1 million and multiple offers of support would seal the deal. But here is what went wrong. First, the lawyer appointed by the Indian embassy allegedly demanded a pre-negotiation fees, stalling the process. Second, there were serious delays in fund management and coordination. Third, victims' family may still be grieving and unwilling to forgive or perhaps expect more before saying yes. Then comes the negotiators' final plea. Human rights activist Samuel Jerome, who is leading the negotiations in Yemen, says there is still a slim chance. He is urging the Indian government to use its diplomatic influence, especially with tribal sheikhs and powerful clerics, who may be able to sway Mehdi's family. Jerome said if someone powerful speaks to them, they may agree, but time is running out. Now, importantly, what has India done so far? The Indian government has been involved, but its hands are tied. The Ministry of External Affairs has been monitoring the case closely, and the Indian embassy in Yemen appointed legal counsel for Nimisha. But the lawyer appointed allegedly demanded money up front, which caused delays in negotiating the blood money deal. But under Yemen's Islamic Sharia law, the Indian government cannot intervene in the sentence. Only the victim's family has the power to pardon. An Indian can only help by facilitating talks or using back-channel diplomacy, like reaching out to influential tribal or religious leaders.
We filed the petition today morning itself, and we mentioned it at 10:30 before Justice Honorable Dhulia. And the bench agreed to hear, considering the urgency of the matter. And the bench directed us to serve the advance copy to Attorney General's office, so they can look into the matter and they can do something, and the government can do whatever possible ways. So the matter will be listed on 14th of July on Monday. So actually now our prayer is for exploring the possibility of negotiation through the diplomatic channel, because there is a travel ban to Yemen since 2016, and we, the Nimisha Priya Action Council, we friends or relatives cannot travel freely to without the permission of the government or the court to there. And we filed a petition before Delhi High Court for the travel permission of mother last year, and we got a permission from the Delhi High Court. She is there, but she is a domestic worker. She cannot lead the negotiations there. She does not know Hindi, English, Arabic, any other language other than Malayalam. So now there is, according to Sharia law, according to the law in Yemen, there is a possibility of blood money for pardoning the accused and means saving her or his life from the execution. So this last possibility is not explored yet. The victim's family has not come to the negotiation table for the blood money negotiation. So now we are requesting Indian government, according to the media reports, the date of the execution, the tentative date is shown as 16th of July. So only 5 days are left. So the Indian government has a good relation with Iran, Oman, and some other countries which has a good relation with the Yemen, the present rulers in Yemen. So Indian government can explore this possibility through the this diplomatic channel for exploring the final option of saving Miss Nimisha Priya. So we file a petition seeking the directions to the Union of India for exploring this possibility through this diplomatic channel.
So where things stand now and what will happen next? Well, Nimisha Priya is currently imprisoned in Sana Central Jail. The date of execution is fixed. It's July 16, 2025. There are no more legal options left, no more appeals, no more delays. One thing can save her: a pardon from Mehdi's family. This case is not black and white. So yes, a man died and that deserved justice. But what about the circumstances that pushed a woman to do what she did? What about the abuse she suffered, the system that failed her, and the desperation of a mother trying to bring her daughter home? The law in Yemen gives one last chance. Whether Nimisha gets it depends not on courts or campaigns but on forgiveness. We'll keep you updated on what happens on July 16. Till then, keep watching the Free Press Journal and let us know your views in the comment section.